bag off of her.
So it all started in June of 2022. I was in a place in my life where I was working 2 jobs. I was working like a dog and I knew I needed a break. So I reached out to my friend, Sarah, who was living in Germany at the time with her husband. And I said, let's take a trip. Let's go somewhere in Europe. And she was so down. And we were trying to decide where we wanted to go. And we decided to go to Hvar, Croatia.
But it wasn't so bad that he just got the bag off of her. It started to impact her whole network, her friends, her family, her dad in particular. All these people he started borrowing money from, borrowing money and not repaying. This was the plan all along, I'm assuming.
So we went to Hula Hula, which if you've been to Hvar, you've been to Hula Hula. It's this beach club that's very well known there, and it's right on the water. And we're laying in day beds, kind of off to the side, minding our own business, sipping mojitos. And I look up and I see this very attractive man. And the first thing that came to my mind was, this man looks like he is walking straight out of a Calvin Klein ad. And I'm telling you guys, 6'3", blonde hair, blue eyes, chiseled skin, so tan, muscles everywhere. I was definitely taken aback. And I feel like it takes a lot for me to really double take a man just based on his looks like that. And 100%, I was a little bit just in awe. I didn't even realize that he was like with a friend at first. And so I'm still minding my own business, keeping it chill. And he looks over at me and he says, how are the drinks?
This man came into her life because she is, how do we say this? A divester. And she saw a 6'3" Danish man with blonde hair and blue eyes and found the man of her dreams. So no matter how bad the situation got, she was going to make this a perfect love story.
We went to Monaco, then we went to Saint-Tropez, and we ended the trip in Cannes. And the very last night we had together, we were at dinner, and I'm walking to go to the bathroom, and I fall, and everything goes black. And let me tell you, I am a clumsy person. I know I'm a clumsy person. I'm always tripping over myself. And that day specifically.
All right, I'm gonna stop her right there because, among other things, I can't stand her fucking voice. Um, and I really do not recall when it happened that every fucking black chick, not even just the all talk with this goofy valley accent, like I knew black chicks who talked white like a little bit, and I don't mean it in a pejorative sense. It's just where they grew up and stuff like that. But that was like a separate thing, you know, and chicks could talk about. But every chick on social media talks like this with the open inflection. It's fucking irritating. Tito, it's all
Ain't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that Massa gave these plantation mammies all the affirmative action set aside they want? Just I wonder, did they, because the white man made this bitch, right? They made these bitches, they know how they operate. I wonder, did they factor that in? Did they know that when they first started with the affirmative action, all of this shit, when they first started with this shit, did they foresee the fact that a lot of them was gonna be so desperate to give it right back to a white man? I wonder, did they factor that in when they was doing this shit? Because the desperation that some of these brawls exhibit, like if you see a white guy that just, a white guy could be doing a video about anything. I saw a video on TikTok with a white guy fixing a tractor. He was like putting dually wheels on a tractor on a farm, and he had the jack stands up under and everything. And then he was working with, you know, big ass 3/4 inch sockets and drives and everything. And just here comes some random, out of all these mechanics in here looking at this, here comes some random ass mammy talking about, do you like black girls? And so everybody in the comment section like, damn, get your thirsty ass out of here. Is mechanics in here. What do you mean? And so it just, they are so desperate, and this is how, and then the fact that she's a Nigerian, you know, that bulele, yeah, white man shit comes into play with her. So the desperation level is different. You know what I'm saying? The desperation level is different. But apparently her whole family feels like that, because think about this. He was able to bilk and hoodwink members of her family, extended family, out of money. And trust me, I think he was fucking the sister and shit too. For, I mean, they just go pass some money. Nah, he was fucking their ass too. You know what I'm saying? But as long as they act thirsty like that, this is how they gonna get played. And then some of them are happy to get played. I don't work with a couple of white dudes that I was like their supervisor, and they would be it would be like every so often to be a white guy there, and the white guy would be like threadbare, and he'd get a job, and then you would hear his phone going off, and then come to find out he got a black woman. They would be mad that the white dude had a job. They want to like keep these white motherfuckers captive. The shit was crazy. Or it was some white guys that I work with, where they would have like a menial job up there. Like this one place I worked at, the white guy was the one that cleaned out the break room and cleaned out the bathroom and shit and vacuumed up the floor in the lobby of the fucking office part. And he was with a girl that was like a fucking advertising executive, a black girl that was an advertising executive, and this dude was making less than every single fucking black man up there. I promise you, from the assistant GM to me, the head of maintenance, to even the niggas that was riding the forklifts. He's making less than all of us, right? But he had, but he had a black girl that looked like a model that was getting six figures. But this is how desperate they are. You know what I'm saying? This is how desperate they are. It can't even be denied at this point. But this dude laid some heavy pimping on this bitch though. I got a couple of uncles that was pimps. I still ain't seen no shit like this, where he take a bitch for half a meal, and it wasn't even no drug money. No, he just took legit money from this bitch. It don't
he
get no
cold.
more pimpish than that. Somebody says something.
No, I was saying he cold. I was trying to see if I could hear me, but I probably got a lot of noise in the background.
Yo, you got way too much background noise, Mister.
Yeah, whoever that is, it sounds like you in a club, dog.
Yeah, you got way too
I
much.
am.
Yeah, you got way too much
Oh, you are in
background.
the club?
Yeah, Mr. O, yeah, sound like he at the 50-yard line or something.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said.
you
Yeah, he
need to
said
put
he
this
was
shit
at
over
work tonight.
DJ.
Um, so you want a piece of that?
Well, for the faking Furkles out there who think that they gonna marry into a royal family, y'all got played by your own game. Y'all known worldwide as scammers, people who like to, spam con games and stuff like that. How you out Nigerian and Nigerian? Like, like first thing first. So that's some type of level of pimping there, right? I think that the father really, really believed and was convinced that he's arrived and stuff like that, and he was just going to sacrifice his daughter to do so, not necessarily knowing that not only his daughter was sacrificed and debased, you lowered your tier and your image and everything as far as eradicating the prestige of your family, allowing that one, okay. Two, I agree with Tito. If I'm dealing with a chick and she borrowing anything from anybody, you know what I mean, then it's safe to assume that, there's a relationship that's a little too comfortable or too intimate going on. So obviously, he was most definitely screwing the sister, right? Thirdly, I would say this. These chicks like to get themselves, and it seems like a recurring theme where they fall victim to the sunken cost fallacy, right? Where you get the one armed bandit and you push the money into the slot machine over and over and over and over, and you think that you're gonna get hit jackpot, but guess what? You never hit jackpot because you know what you investing in it ain't worth a damn. You're not worth a damn, right? And so as a result of that, they're putting on airs and continuing with relationships that can lead them to being a part of the, you know, Hunger Games. We already know the Vesser Hunger Games, or at best getting gypped like this chick did. You know what I mean? Because they're so busy thinking about the aesthetics, the image. They want mixed babies so bad, real trivial stuff at their own expense. I mean, I say salute to the player. Go on ahead and do what you do. Go on ahead and call the week for us. I land my plane there.
Well played. I actually have that same sentiment. Um, these Brads is getting these divestors up out of here, out the getting them up out of the paint and up out of the bloodline. One less Keisha crash out for us to deal with. Um, I think the days of I mean the Hotepians, that's a whole philosophy that's dead as well. It's like all the days of the sisters is with the white man. Niggas don't care about that shit. Take them, get them up out of here. Um, and I will revisit my statement. Thanos was right. Um, let's smoke on a Somali pack. You feel me? Uh,
I see what you did there. You go, God damn. Bro.
let's
Damn.
let's smoke on a Somali pack right now. Um, because one Ilhan Omar was getting on my nerves, but now that they at least the footage and the stuff I'm seeing from Minnesota, these Somalis is talking real reckless about FBAs, and they even have the leaked meeting notes with the Somali premier meeting with Ilhan Omar before she was elected, and that they're in the meeting actually saying that her job is to take a FBA black person's position in Congress so that she could push the Somali agenda. And they're today, and they got foot. I was doing all the research for this today. They got foot, and they got footage inside the mosque with the imams telling the other Somali brothers, the FBA black men are inferior and shit. Like they don't fucking like you niggas, man. And that's what I was saying to y'all before about this for these old niggas, these boomers, and this whole pan